right, so you're looking up here. All right, I would not disagree with the 140. Okay, and that I think is very heavy resistance. Okay, so if you sold it this morning, okay, you sell at 134, whatever. You're risking to 140 because that's where you're looking. On the daily chart, certainly resistance 140. But the intraday, I think, gives us some really interesting things. Okay, what do we have at the highs today so far? If you are not on this trade from the short side, there's something wrong with your analysis. Even, this is one of those, heaven drops a fig sort of things. The trend is down on the daily chart. Good analysis there. So you're looking to sell on rallies. You go to an intraday chart to see if you're seeing something different, and certainly it jumped out at us with the top of the window. See, the challenge would be, I'd be very nervous selling here or here or here. Yes, sometimes a 50% retracement in the window works, but it's kind of a coin flip. But when you get to the top of the window with a bearish engulfing pattern, you should be all over this, as long as the risk-reward is good. One of the best traders I've ever seen, I worked with when I was in the financial futures department at E.F. Hutton, and probably younger people don't recognize the name, but there was a trader, and he would be on the phone. He was trading Ginnie Maes. I don't even know if they still trade. And he would be on the phone, and he would say, take me out, get me in, take me out of 10,000, whatever it is. And half of those he was losing. And I couldn't tell. I was listening. I was trying to figure out which ones he put the order in when he was pulling the trigger on a loss and which ones he was pulling a trigger on a gain, and I couldn't tell. That is really, really impressive. That's somebody who's just cold, non-emotional, and most of us are not that way. So, but if you're that way, that's great. If not, the time you're most objective is before you put the trade on. That's why we should have a trading plan. You have the checklist Ken and I gave you. Go through the checklist, have a trading plan.
If you're already long in a position and you have two candles opposing, you get out, period, and you're done. It sounds like you're saying that sometimes it will go down, and despite that, it'll continue on. But don't second guess yourself. Don't worry about that. If you've made a good breakout play and you see one or two candles, at the first candle, I'm getting nervous. Second candle opposing, I'm going to take the profit out of that trade and be flat, right? I can always get back in again on a new breakout or new bullish signal, right? And or if I'm closing half, trail a very close stop under that second candle. But yeah, if I'm in a position on a breakout and it's green and I see one small red candle and I see a second red candle, that's my exit signal, end of story, right?